This is episode 3 of the JFL Dynasty preseason overview. In this video, I'll be going through Renegade 77 and Rotation Stations teams. We will just get into it. Renegade 77, another recipient of the Not Active During the Off-Season award. Congratulations. Um, and with that being said, let's get into their roster. Let's start with the QBs. Matt Stafford, decent old QB. You're gonna want to find a replacement soon. I don't know how many years he has left. And then Bryce Young, a young prospect, did not do good his first year, and then started off rough his second year, and then really turned it around. So he's got a lot of upside and has a better supporting cast this year. And then along with that, we got some, I don't know, slappies. Nothing to write home here. And then Aaron Rodgers, who is not currently with the team, could be with the team, but I don't view him as anything except for like a 1 year plug and play if he does join a team. Um, and then also the main part, and this is huge for Renegades team, is JJ McCarthy. I think he's going to be really good. He has a chance to be one of the top QBs from that class. Obviously, it's gonna be hard to beat Jaden Daniels' performance, but I think he could. And then, okay, moving on to running back. Saquon is obviously the featured piece with what I think is pretty much nothing else. I mean, Jonathan Brooks had some value, but he's basically been out for 2 years with ACL rupture. I guess Gus Edwards, he's not even on a team right now. So you need more running backs. And also, let's go to wide receivers. Amari Cooper, Vele, Kendrick Bourne, Dubes. Um, there's honestly, I like Johnson. There is not much here. The cupboard is bare. I would say, I mean, I don't even have to go through tight end. I mean, Mark Andrews, I guess, but I would trade Mark Andrews. I would trade Saquon. I would trade Matt Stafford. You need to collect picks and or young players. Um, I mean, even Stephon Diggs, I would trade him for a second round pick if you could get it to some team. That's if he doesn't get cut from the Patriots. So you're between a rock and a hard place with this team, and it's going to be tough to do anything anytime soon. But with that being said, let's go to the picks. You got 105 and 205. That's a good place to be. You should be able to find some good players in both these slots. I definitely recommend that you sticking and picking unless you can get a good offer from someone. Then I would take that, but only if it's a really good offer. You don't have your third round, but that's not a huge deal. And you have all the rest of your future picks, so that's good there. Definitely need to rebuild ASAP. Like I'm talking right now. You need to be hitting the trade market, looking at values of players, seeing who you want to target, and sending out offers when you can. Um, I do think JJ McCarthy could be a guy to build around in the future. I do like him more than maybe a lot of people, so that one might be your only non-tradable asset right now. I know it's gonna stink getting rid of Barkley, but you got to do something here because the rest of your team is not built. So, with that being said about Renegade 77, again, a recipient of the Not Active During the Off-Season award. So, we got another one here. Let's go to Rotation Station. Now, this team seems like it's in a constant rebuild. Just when it was getting decent a couple years ago, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, I think Jaden Reed was on the roster. I think maybe even Debo. I can't remember if you had Debo. You had Bo Nix. You had Brees Hall. Like, you could have started to build the team around that, maybe trade one of those guys or two of those guys, but you offloaded most of them. And honestly, you didn't do a bad job with what you got, but it's, I mean, getting rid of Bo Nix, he's like one of the top fantasy QBs, you're not going to really find much else. I mean, Cam Ward is not Bo Nix. Cam Ward, he could just be a next Andy Dalton. He has that like same skill set, which Andy Dalton wasn't bad for a stretch, but he's definitely not the top QB sort of guy. And so, I mean, you do have a lot of good pieces here. Let's start at QB. You only have Dak Prescott, so a little rough there. He's more of a 2 QB. So I would look to get better there, either in the draft or through trade. Running back, Dowdle, Swift. Swift is probably a flex running back at this point, and Dowdle probably the same, if not lower for Dowdle. So you'll need to upgrade there. You did get Trey Benson, who has a little bit upside, but definitely lost a lot of value due to his lack of play and lack of ability. And I don't really see anyone else for running back. Let's go to wide receiver real quick. Got JMO, got some upside there. He's a decent asset. I would look to trade him though. Drake London, a stud. He will be really good, I think. Going forward, he already has been good. Let's see here. Anyone else? The wide receiver side. Chris Olave. The only problem with him is he's had so many concussions that could be an issue if he gets more. And yeah, I'm not really seeing Adonai Mitchell has a little bit of value, a little bit of upside, I'd say yet. Another one for running back is Tank Bigsby, although he had fumbling issues from what I remember. Let's go to tight end. This is kind of your bright spot. You got Trey McBride and Zach Ertz, both really like Zach Ertz had a really good year with Jaden Daniels, and obviously Trey McBride's a young stud, so he should be able to give you a lot of points. And let's go to where the most of your capital is in these picks. You got 3 and 4. Now, if Cam Ward doesn't get picked at 1 or 2, which it would most likely be 2 if he was picked, I would highly consider taking him, even though it would be a reach at 103 or 104. That's just where you're slotted in. You only have Dak Prescott. Unless you're going to tank again for another year and keep rebuilding, I would take him with either at 103 or 104. And that's the only place you're going to be able to get him. But you do have a lot of second round picks too, so that's good. And again, I know getting those picks from Mr. Mike here was like it was a decent trade for Bo Nix, but you're just not going to be able to find a QB with that rushing upside. He's not like on the level of like Lamar Jackson or anything, but like he's got the rushing upside, and the Broncos are getting better. So that is a rough trade. I was not high on Bo Nix last year, but he showed that he can be a really good fantasy QB. So yeah, and then yeah, with the picks, like I said, you're just gonna be BPA except for maybe slotting in one of those picks for the QB. Other than that, yeah, you've got a decent war chest here. You can use them to get players or do whatever you want with them. Yeah, that's kind of the two teams that I'll go over today. The next 2 teams that I will go over is Juggernaut JSS and Love Hurts. And that will be most likely tomorrow, if not later today. I'm getting that video out. And if you like this video, please keep watching and watch the next one.